can this Trundle like get pro Xiaohao off his game at all? If you let the Wukong scale farm for free, I think the level 6 for him, it's so scary to be Talia mid and play into this. They just said, "What's up, Dragon? Here's figures." Like 1,200 true damage.
Off rip. Just
off
right
the rip.
Start. Yeah.
Yeah. What a Chad move.
Oh boy. All right. Well, this is what we talked about though. That Zika's gonna have a much rougher time trying to even farm, and that wave state is. Ooh, yeah. So Zika is gonna be homeless for at least a couple rotations of minions.
Yeah. I mean, I think part of why you end up swapping out is because you do know that that dragon's not yours.
Here, maybe you could. It allows you to set up those wards a bit earlier. Weaver's Wall coming down here as both mid laners have kind of overstayed their welcome. Angel going to dodge the seismic jump. Flash forward with Xiaofeng, but Andy matches it perfectly. The Cyclone knockup comes up. It's knockup city onto Xiaofeng as Palkia swings in, stun lands, staff down, and first blood over to EDG.
I don't agree with that take from Hai Chao. I think that using the resources, so he picked up a fruit in the river, so he had the resources to actually make the play afterwards. Third being able to be taken as long as Corky rotates up.
Still a Krug take coming across for Xiaohao. Does burn his flash and ult, so doesn't have as much proactivity. Same though for Xiaofeng, and no, it's going to be a reset coming out from the EDG jungler. So
okay.
Mid play definitely hurts, stung to even kind of watch, but hey, 3 grubs on the Gwen Trundle comp. But, you know, the good way to deny the proactivity this comp comes out from EG is trying to spread the map, or just running down Angel after he drops his stun way too early. Difference does come out in the second rotation. Palkia trying to get there as close as possible. Dawing Shadow for the extra damage and the extra shield, but Angel will survive. There's just not enough damage behind this Gwen just yet. And EG are prepared for another play on the map compared to LNG.
It looks like LNG kind of planning to already sack this Drake, as they at least showed some pressure on the top side, and love this path that EDG is taking as Xiaohao and Palkia just cruising together to try and secure this crab. Also link up with On. We might have a skirmish coming. Hai Chao is here first.
Comes down. Here's the Weaver's Wall to give LNG a bit of a man advantage, but Shuo is going to die very early on, and On is going to secure that one. Xiaofeng trying to run down. The Wukong will find that trade, but watch CDC on the back of this fight as Palkia flashes out between worlds, gets dropped through, and all of LNG are stuck in the meat grinder. The Corky Aurora damage blasts all of LNG way away from this river. Early gold leads, and like you call that with Palkia, creating all this space.
Watch this flash. Oh, okay, we're not going to see it. He broke vision, he got out.
There's a good flash.
Still off for Gwen.
Oh, still not. Yep, all right, so the needlework gets the job done. Good pick there for LNG.
Again, though, LNG, for me, they were showing power in that top side because they wanted to drop the dragon, get some plates. As, oh boy, we actually have a missed kill. Okay. Red buff. Xiaofeng, I don't know what he's doing there when 3 people just showed top. And I thought the plan was to give Drake, and it still looks like the plan, but Xiaohao skipped over that to go for the red buff, and rightfully so, found the Trundle along with it.
Whoa, okay, On.
And now
that
On.
Was a terrible Valkyrie, and he has to flash, but the Bromstun is still going to come through. This fish won't have enough damage because point is on. Glacial Fissure has to come out. Extra damage, extra defensiveness, and a miscue from the Edward Gaming 80 here.
And On,
baby.
You know, yeah, On following suit. A little banana combo with the Valkyrie and then in and then the flash out, you know. It's always a good one. Got a root.
Flash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, good root. All right, so doesn't have to burn the flash. There's a, all right, good clicks there, Fish One, in your 4th game of your LPL career.
Over the vision that he has with both control boards that are down for EDG. He just shifted his from bot to mid to make sure that they connect with the Corky and can still play the Rift Herald because you want to go through mid to try and play this Rift Herald. So again, some of the small things being done very well from our young player in Palkia. Does have 100% KP along with Xiaohao. This is a little much though.
They were throwing a facade up. Scuttle is down. EDG are just taking this Herald, and LNG have no sort of response.
I love it. EDG, again, I think strong, showing strength with both the champions and the inventories. LNG going to recognize that. I think that's the right call for them. Those are still very scary as it shreds your resistances, but that objective is still very OP. As
flash forward for Palkia. Hits the 2-man knockup. Fish One gets the shield to get back out. Dawning Shadow comes across. But here comes an aggressive Herald. Might not just be going for the turret, but Palkia will knock it down. Playmaking out of this youngster. Continuing to be on display in it.
Play, taking the Herald like that, and even threatening like, hey, I can go around this turret. We can still take it. We can still make a play because I have ult up. Like, there's a reason where a lot of us are excited about this young player. And it's not like Weibo with Erha last split. I know that Palkia is still kind of being protected by Group Nirvana. Like, we haven't seen him really that completed, as well as levels for EDG. I don't think this is a fight that LNG wants to take, and
no.
they don't really have the tools to do so, because all their comp does is just receive. The only way to be proactive is to use this tool, the Talia wall. So be proactive to try and take the mid-outer turret. Going to give the Dragon. I do think that's the right call, but there's no way they have enough control to try and rip this Otacon.
You know what's the scariest thing for so many people? Darkness, and that's exactly what LNG are walking their way into. An Angel over the wall to drop Timbers on to Xiaofeng, who burns the flash, subjugate, tries to run his way out. He's got a ton of shields and healing coming through. As a big flick back does land on to On. Great job from Haichao. Between Worlds gets dropped for CDC. Gonna try and separate the fight. Push Haichao away from his Gwen. He gets knocked over the wall. Haichao is nowhere to run. Timbers is up to get him down. Aurora as well. EDG, despite losing their early carry, ushering them out of the jungle spot that you need those damage dealers to provide value for your LNG.
That controls, control ward 4 going on.
That pillar is completely locking Palkia up, but of course the youngster just glides around all the sides. But Jump, some of the backside, Haichao is eating a full combo from Timbers. Zika teleports in a bit late. Palkia down about half HP, but holds on to the Unbreakable Will as Between Worlds gets dropped down with a set of snare, locks up ZDC in place. Palkia goes all in to try and save his top laner. He's going to pay the price, but On finds the trade. In with the Cyclone is Xiaohao, and boy,
so
he just
big.
deletes Fish One. That squishy Skenna just gets obliterated. And that's it. That one kill opens EDG back up to a Chemtech Soul at 27 minutes.
The Wukong's so big, and I know that Palkia goes down in the engage, but again, him saving his ultimate opens up the re-engage later on. Only reason that re-engage wasn't bigger was a sneaky Unraveled Earth dropped by Haichao, which I think that Gwen TP has been used pretty liberally. Had a lot of opportunities for the Gwen to actually apply split push pressure.
It feels like it's too late again. They just got vision on it. Xiaofeng can't get in. The Timbers once again whiff, but hey, we call those zoning ults in this business, and it's zoned Xiaofeng off the Otacon that's secured by Edward Gaming.
They're kind of making LNG look like I mean, in my story, Haichao is the Wicked Witch of the West, so you know. Yeah, it's fine. If not yet reached a break point where we're very happy against EDG.
I think you got to be bold though at this point, because you will just get chunked down to death, but you also can just get wrapped to death here as Angel once again takes a ton of early action. Zika with the needlework is going to jump on top of Angel when a clutch stun comes across. Zika will finally knock down Angel, who doesn't be for the rest of the fight on the backside, because Xiaohao is once again just running amok with this Cyclone. Haichao going to flash over the wall, but there's nowhere to hide from Xiaohao, who picks up his 6th kill of the game, and he's eyeing a 7th. As Xiaofeng will not be able to run away from the wrap. The trickster over the wall, the dash to come down soon. Doesn't even need it. He baps him with the staff from halfway across the lane.
A ton of damage got pumped out in that fight by On, too, on the back half, as Zika did his damnedest to try and deal with the back line, ended up taking down one with him, and I think he played that fight out pretty well, but LNG, we talked about it in the draft, a real lack of proactivity from this comp. The only proactive tool they have is the Weaver's Wall from Haichao. And that Baron start, it's a proactive move you can do to try and draw the enemy team into you, but the response to it wasn't good.
No, he just used that for the Baron.
Oh, okay.
But Angel finally lands the Timbers in. There we go. Xiaofeng is down. Elder, a dream that LNG might just get turned into a nightmare as the team fight breaks out onto Xiaohao, who On does end up deleting. Meat potatoes everything for EDG. As there goes the Elder, and yeah, I think ZDZ wants to see if he can one-shot this Senna with Between World. He's going to go under the turret. Does miss the Q, though, but it doesn't matter, because Angel, he doesn't need to miss his Q. It's point and click, point and flash for ZDZ. Zhuo is down. Baron, Elder, on all 5 members of EDG. Here comes the march into the enemy base to lock up their 11th straight game win in a row.
Can we, Can we nerf Aurora passive? That's I'm gonna use the last parts of the game for that one.
That's a good notion.
I think it's a good note. Yeah, I think it's time that we take this champ down a peg. Meanwhile, though, EDG gonna take LNG down yet another peg, as the team that has yet to drop a map here in Group Nirvana gonna take care of the team that's yet to win a series in Group Nirvana for this game 1.
The perfect run in Group Nirvana, capped off with a couple bellows of a blue flame. As they will take our lead 1-0 against LNG, eyeing a perfect first round robin start.
Not to mention the steadfast presence, the interaction with Pantheon where he stalls in place. And for me, it's important whenever you draft Pantheon, you have to be able to win the front line. So I will give LNG some credit. I think the Renekton pairing and the Rel pairing with that.
They're really trying to knock Xiaofeng out of his tempo.
Yeah, this has been a very heavy investment from EDG. I mean, Xiaohao is going to be down 2 camps by the end of this, depending on whether or not he's able to secure this. Smite was not used by Xiaofeng on the Krugs too, so clever. TP coming in.
Haichao is TPing behind. The reset coming through there, but EDG are really sacking a lot for this red buff. First buff goes over to Xiaofeng, traded out by Xiaohao. Haichao's trying to rush down from the top, from the mid lane as the cleanse comes across. Fish one, able to get 1 kill as the AD carries go back and forth, but Haichao's teleport is going to give feats of warfare and the fight win to LNG. And guess who survives? Gubby through all of it.
Auto and, you know, keep on getting through a support. There's a chance that Zhuo falls to this in there too.
Ooh, good cleanse from On to sidestep a deadly flourish. And now Palkia has the wrap
Back.
with Xiaohao here. And we're back to the early game mania.
Ooh.
The alcove gonna send Zhuo packing soon. No flash, no summoners. Good deadly flourish, but the fleet of arrows comes down from On, and just like that, the kills are equalized. Work their way back towards that dragon. A couple of pings coming down towards Haichao. Trying to pull a dive target, but good play on him to realize, hey, my jungler and support are top side looking to make their own play.
Yeah, really well played by ZDZ there, as was able to use the unstoppables, plural, in order to survive. I thought that once he got caught by that Panth stun in the back half of his first W, instead, just given the fog, couldn't react to the Panth W, but has laid another trap. See, now LNG's aware.
Jumps lightning from Xiaohao. On to swing over, but it's actually going to be the engagement out here from LNG with the current call behind. Haichao Shockwave going to find the kill. Both supports traded out. Pressing Gar to make sure no more damage comes across from that current call, and we handshake, dropping our supports.
Give away to LNG and continue to scale. I think you're okay getting Roa stacks, tier stacks, and hoping to get to 2 items before you really pull the trigger, because the Pantheon Renekton still scares me a lot. I don't think EDG's topside can really deal with that yet, for the lead that Xiaofeng has, and looks like EDG kind of agrees.
You add in the fact that Fish 1 goes for the Ogre's Rush too, so that early game extra damage we always talk about with the Varus in those lethality builds, also going to be matched by Fish 1.
LNG once given no shockwave. Going to bring the victor in, and a Herald fight it is. So keep your eyes out for this Renekton Pantheon. I think the front line needs to win. They still should be stronger right now. This poke from Varus is really starting to add up. I love how EDG is playing this.
Chance of corruption. Xiaofeng going to have to burn the E. They're trying to force him out of the pit, but he still smites away the Herald. Keeper's Verdict does knock the AD carry out, and that means that Zhuo goes down. So EDG, they're going to be able to deny the eye, and LNG actually come away with nothing. We need to be punishing this Victor constantly if we're indexing this much into the mid game. They're going to catch Palkia just trouncing around for some vision. He's 1v3 right now. It's taking a hot minute to find the kill, and Xiaofeng will grab that. So Palkia, classic rookie mistake there, I would say.
Make whatever play you want, however fast you want it. I've seen Xiaofeng do a couple of good things, but going to have to do more.
Nice little death brush, but ZDZ just tanky enough. At least it's going to allow them to grab this first brick. They don't actually need it, though, to get feats of strength. They already had it. Oh, okay. Palkia using the turret against Fishman, but a good flash cleanse. Gets him out. Curtain call turn. Not going to be able to kill off Palkia as long as On blocks for him. Got a little dicey at the end. Whoa! Hello? Don't know how he ended up without his crash out, and his flash, and his ignite, and his health bar. There he goes. Xiaohao finds that pickup. Haichao here off to the side has the shockwave if he wants to look for it. All right.
ZDZ's dead for Dragon.
Yep. Let's see how long he lasts.
Is it worth it?
No. Okay, he pulls a 1v1. Shockwave still follows the Renekton. Able to use the stun. All out for ZDZ. Means he's going all the way back to Fountain, but kind of like the trade EDG get here.
I'll take Dragon. I'll take Roa completed on Victor and free farm and a turret.
Yeah.
I do not think that burning 3 ults to kill a Cassante and a TP and Grand Starfall to lose Dragon and an outer turret.
AP.
It's a void. Yeah. He's going to go pen so that he'll have pen for when it's needed. Is Palkia flash for flash again.
Steadfast Presence does cancel out the stun from Xiaofeng because Keeper Verdict both engaging members off of him, but he's going to be eating some curtain call bullets. Sidesteps the last 2, but Haichao teleports in, secures the kill to Palkia, who is starting to get punished for some of his over-aggressive positions. They didn't reset it.
They need to pull it. Pantheon's too low. You pull this for sure.
Yep. Watch on the side and continue to dole out tons of damage to the poke as Angel is here as well. But the Shockwave ledge on the 2 on is down. Chow makes the play happen. All out comes out from CDC and pulls Row away. Xiaohao is using the Crescent Guard to buy himself a lot of space. The Otacon has still yet to reset as the re-engage comes across on the ZZ, but he flashes back towards his turret. Zika takes a TP shot to the face as Angel going to drop the Arcane Storm to force Xiaofeng away from the Otacon. Great use of the Victor ultimate to secure Otacon for EDG. Palkia trying to give chase. Xiaohao has a full HP bar, but the wind becomes slightly going to go wide. And LNG are not going to pay any bigger of a price.
He already has been. As Empowered Crab secured, Vision wiped, and EDG going to look at this dragon.
There they go. Started it on up. You're going to draw it out of the pit as well. Keep in mind, in your picture-in-picture, Zika is knocking onto a tier 2 turret. So EDG are under pressure. They got to make up their mind. He's going to try and make sure the turret gets low enough. TP into the middle of EDG. This is a pretty outrageous TP to go for. He's going to eat the Graviton well immediately. The dominance from Nectin gets 0 value. The Shockwave hits on the 3 members, but Xiaohao protects him with the Crescent Guard. They re-engage on the Xiaofeng, who jumps into the back line. It's pandemonium. Complete disconnect there from LNG. The exact problems we've highlighted for this team sting them in this Dragon take.
Go to mention the fact that Zika TP to his depth at that angle. I think part of it just being that the angle they took, again, the carries couldn't join. And LNG went from a game where they did nothing and lost to a game where they had to be proactive in order to win, and they have done nothing again.
Very little. Yeah, I'm curious to see this replay back because I still think if that TP's fine from Zika, if you Pantheon
no way it's fine, though.
Milky Way, your Kit Kats, and your Twixies. I mean, that's just the reality of this firm LNG.
I mean, they do share the colors of Almond Joy as well.
I don't think there's any pink in Almond Joy, is there? Or are you just saying the blue?
Oh, the blue-white for sure.
I
think there's a hair of it, no? Isn't there like a red?
I don't know. I despise
I mean, close enough.
I don't think I've eaten one in a
I despise Almond Joys, too.
I think LNG are going to have to deal with all their outer turrets going bye-bye.
I think we're only going to see one more Grand Starfall cast in this one.
Yep.
And it's going to be the final fight for EDG.
We might not even see it. I think he might just have to.
No, we're going to see it. I have enough confidence in LNG. We're at least going to see another Pantheon all cast.
Oh,
yeah, here we go. Is this it?
And, hey,
oh, they caught on.
It catches on. And
okay, it's good. We're going to see two. We're going to see at least one more Grand Starfall. At least one more. And you have already eaten enough Varus poke where this is bad, but it's only going to get worse with the Varus and the Victor lasers coming out. At least don't make it worse enough where Palkia is going to be there too. Zika has had a nice angle to kind of flank their way in. EDG is looking for him.
It's a double flank. They're double wrapping this burrito here. Low comes through first, crash down onto 2 members. Immediate Zanya's out from Angel, and Zika gets punted. That's a clutch keeper's verdict coming across from Palkia again. And it's just kind of hard to watch. LNG are getting run over by a 16-wheeler known as
where was
EDG.
Panth, man? Panth is just like sitting there waiting there for his team to lose. I at least flash in and follow up with a pincer, man. I want to replay just to see if Xiaofeng was even able to get in there.
Feels like this late game is going to be slow and painful to watch.
Yeah, you're going to get Ocean Soul. You don't have nearly enough damage to deal with Ocean Soul. We're just going to see Xiaohao probably walk forward with impunity. Yep.
Watch, here comes Crescent Guard. Oh, there goes all your damage, and now I get to select Chow. Shockwave does land within the Crescent Guard, but doesn't matter. There's the healing
through. Ocean Soul.
And it's just too much healing, too much damage.
GG.
Too much slow pace. Another canceled Grand Starfall out of Xiaofeng, whose GA is just delaying the inevitable. Baron not going to be needed. Kill's not going to be granted over to Zika. EDG 5-0 through their first round robin in Group Nirvana. 10-0 in games. The perfect run in Group Nirvana is halfway completed.
Yeah, and the imperfect run for LNG is also almost halfway completed, as they only managed to take 2 games. They won 2 game ones in their first half of Group Nirvana, but it has been a little bit grim in the LNG camp all year. Doesn't feel like Fish 1 or the changes they made have been the answer. It's going to be LNG likely taking that early exit and not making it to playoffs unless they can change things around for the second round robin. But man, for EDG, I really like where Top Esports is at in their draft. I think that they have some pretty positive lanes for themselves, especially looking at bot. Mid can push early, and this could free up Nidalee to really do damage to the Trundle. So all these junglers being changed, I thought that at one point or another, they'd have to swap out on at support, as Kanavi throws a heat-seeking missile out. We've come to expect this from his Nidalee.
Yep. Goes another one out on the way out as well. So Shadow's chunked pretty severely at the start of this. But Knight able to block off the mid-roam. Cream takes a good chunk of damage. Redline is going to land on top of Konami with the pillar, but Hong flashes forward to try and punish Shadow, who's already way too low, and Cream picks up the kill. Now On's going to flash back over the wall as the 4-man stack at top. Esports hunts for more kills. Piercing arrow going to land onto On. Spear going to have to be dodged, but it's going to slow the Nautilus down. Pops the shield. Here comes the Steel to play through, but Elk is trying to kite back, hits the deadly flourish, and here comes Knight off to the side. Doesn't have a ton of mana. Hong with a blinking health bar. Flash after Dreadline's going to land around the wall. That hitbox was wacky, but it's a kill nonetheless for Elk.
Like this a lot from Shadow. I think this is a good response from BLG. I don't think top esports can take this fight. Kasante just not as strong as the Rumble right now. Conditions much better for the Rumble too. 369.
Wasn't ready for On in that push. Gonna have to go all out, but doesn't get over the wall here. Fight split on two sides, and the Chains of Corruption is gonna land on top of Shadow. They're just gonna burn through him. Equalizer and Inferno Bomb do come down. Cream is caught between the Equalizer and the wall, and Bid's gonna run it down. Flash over the Emperor's Divide. Elk gets his curtain call cancel on the backside of the fight. As Bid tries to protect his AD carry. Out of mana is 369. Elk is running away with those 50 boots and crit shots the forehead of 369. Now Kanavi, the only one left up to try and pick up the scraps as he hops away from the bomb at max range. BLG coming out on top in our first big fight.
I think the lack of setup really hurt Cream's fight because it looked like Cream kind of tried to play a desperation fight, came up empty with a lot of his attempts there. Yeah, and also just the power of the wave clear of Ziggs. Like, we talk so much about Varus and priority. You can answer it easily as Ziggs. They want to kite out.
Inferno Bomb. They're using a lot onto Hong, though. Drops a Solar Flare, but he should die to Knight off to the side here. Hong going to cover. Curtain Call comes down. They're hunting for more kills over the wall, and Knight is just landing these bombs. But On goes a bit too far forward. Another bomb. The Arcane Comet, the burn. No, Jackie Love and Kanavi on a sliver of HP. Saw the Yomu's Rush the last gen game we saw. This time he goes Collector, which still gives you that lethality thump, but lends more to the crit scaling Jin. We're going to see a dive on a 369 with a TP coming over. Equalizer, 369 going to dash out the main damage, then use it all out to go back forward. Shadow can't juggle the turret aggro any longer, but four members is enough.
Heavy commit from BLG. They commit to the cross map. I'm going to try and knock down first turret. 14 minutes, so plates are down. And first brick does secure feats for BLG, so that looks like the trade. Dragon for feats.
Like we talked
Kill
about
this with Ziggs, for sure.
Yeah, that's why Knight loves this pick. Expect to see Knight in all three lanes just hammering on these Tier 1 turrets. That's what he did all game against Fuego.
I mean, you'd think that top esports, being the team that lost to TL at first stand, would be the one playing the Ziggs, but no, it's Knight. Taking the lessons from APA.
That's how we're going to spin it?
Yes.
Knight
that is my narrative.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good narrative.
Do you want to give some credit to Shadow? He's done a nice job of keeping up with his Nidalee. And I think so far picking the right spots. But
wow, that thing evaporated.
Yeah, that thing did evaporate.
Another good cancel on the Zenith Blade.
Hun's dead this
Solar
time.
Flare, a Chains of Corruption, the Flash, a little bit too late. Hong will pick the kill up, but it's On caught.
Yep, alright. That's after the Rift Herald. 369, get a TP down, get a fast play. There's no dragon to take right now, but they can maybe play for that Rumble. Or play for mid as Ong going for Elk.
Okay, he has Cleanse and Flash. He's going to Flash basically in place and somehow walk his way through the Sand Soldiers. That was an interesting interaction, but it's still both.
Elk!
Get down, Elk!
Oh my god, Elk! I mean, Elk has been such a good performer for BLG so far. A good takeaway there from Shadow, and it's going to be mid-turret falling as well. As again, yeah, Ziggs diff. You can see Satchel is prepped. You do that because every ability you throw out, it takes 4 seconds off your passive as Ziggs, and while your passive autos do bonus damage to turrets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Never mind.
That's too far. Yeah, that's too far. Walk past the river midline, and 369 once again 4v1, but this time he doesn't have his turret to protect him. They're TPing in Cream. Feels a bit too late. Cream is maybe TPing into his depth, but they're going to respect Hong on the flank with no tier 1 turret up. The Solar Flare is not going to land, though. Zenith Blade going to land onto On. Shadow still doesn't have any subjugated. Equalizer's going to do a ton of damage. They're trying to lock up Jackie Level back into this fight. Cream puts the turret back up, and now Shadow's flashing after Kanavi, but Kanavi's surviving, thriving, healing through it all. Bid with the Flame Spinner will do enough to turn the fight back. BLG standing up tall at the bot side.
And Top Esports opting into their own demise a bit, opting into a 4v5 as Cream, the TP. There was no chance they were going to save 369 on that play. I think the power of Azir, I could see some theory of if you get a turret down, you have a big team fight for Cream, it's good. But they had to fight under the turret, and BLG just gets out with everything they wanted. They had their cake with 369 and ate the rest of Top Esports along with it, too. Your ratios are so gross, especially after the buffs to Q. Elk is flashless, he's the look, but
there's a trap.
Oh, we got the shield off.
Push. Oh, the Chin Scrub's going to go wide as well. They lock up Jackie Love. The field goal post open up for one shot to his heart. Crit shot, where's it going to go? Going to hit onto Hong, but again, 369. How much can he take on the front line? Bin on the flank with a huge equalizer. Look how it locks up TS. They're stuck between a literal blaze and a wall, and they're going to burn on down as Knight comes over top with the bombs of destruction. Cream flying a bit late, but he is no support here. 1v5, he trades Shadow, but now the mid-tier 2 turret's here to get knocked down.
Oh, the milk is not good for Cream this game, as I think a couple of these takes have been a little bit unwarranted, and BLG starting to run away with this one against Top Esports. It's been a fantastic game from Elk. As Hong sees Knight base, and Knight's probably just going to TP back.
Has a book.
He already had the book. He got some more pen here. Yeah.
Boy, all right. He went book last game, too. Oh, Zenith played onto On. Tons of damage dropped through. Chain Scrub to Solar Flare. All this onto On. So they commit about 2.5, 3 ultimates to kill off the BLG support. They have a man advantage. Bin TP's in. 369 can't catch him for an Emperor's Divide. Current call coming down. They're hunting Hog on the backside. Equalizer's going to make sure nobody can touch Elk as he goes for that current call. Cream gets hit by a Deadly Flourish.
Could have a very impactful flank on a Trundle. Not what we're used to seeing, but I think a good setup for BLG.
They're pinging it like they know it's coming. There's the pillar.
He gave himself away.
He gave himself away with the pillar. Elk stepping up a little bit too far forward. Cream's going to go in for the shuttle. Even shuffling and gets Knight. The flashless Ziggs is down. Cream redeems himself, and Top Esports gets the Otacon on the back end of it.
Good play. Again, that angle from Shadow, I think it's a decent idea, but if you give yourself away, you take away any and all the power. Now they're still trapped up here as the play continues for Top Esports. The poke they can put down between the Varus, the Azir, and these Nidalee heals. These elongated scenarios, I will say the Nidalee into the Ziggs Jhin. We didn't really talk about the heals, but this is a good idea from Top Esports. And BLG, like, why we didn't love the Rumble pick is that it doesn't really set up for this Jhin Ziggs that much. And I think we're seeing some of those Qs start to not connect. The heals neutralize it, and Top Esports feel like they're on much better footing now.
They can use the Sand Soldiers of Cream with Kanavi. The only downside this is for Top Esports.
At the moment, Top will have to fix their top lane. But their bot lane is going to slow push to Eternity, and that's what I think what is encouraging this Baron setup for them. Yeah.
Shadow face checks into Hong. There's the layering of CC, but Shadow does get out, and there's a huge Infernal Bomb on the back end. There's your Jhin Ziggs setup. It just needed a tiny window as the fourth shot finds Cream in the background, and now Elk gets to sing his song running forward, hits another skill shot, dodges out in the piercing arrow. And now all we have left is the carries. Kanavi and Jackie Love, the only two up for Top Esports. Edgei's Ziggs that is now a prime target if you're Top Esports. Oh, that spear.
That was a good try on the setup. This is part of the reason why you don't see a ton of Ziggs into Azir too, because if you lose Flash, it can be so dire. I don't love this.
No.
This is not great.
This time, the Equalizer and the Infernal Bomb whiff. BLG have to bail out of this fight. There's no way they can find this win. Oh, the fourth shot goes wide as well. Those key ultimates that had no setup that were lining up aren't finding their mark, but somehow BLG are still winning, still thriving. It's Bin flashing forward the Flame Spinner to find the kills, and finally, Shadow gets to clump someone to death. They don't need the ultimates this time, Cubby. They're just better.
And Cream just wasn't able to auto. Jackie Love also kind of caught out in that fight. I honestly have to take a second look because I really want to see the fight from Cream's perspective, because we were focused on the alt Slayer. We saw them all go wide, but it still ends up being an incredibly one-sided fight in favor of BLG. So going to be a Baron for a Dragon traded by Top and Cream. This will get them soul point, but man, Baron with the Ziggs, 2 inner turrets are standing. You got to believe one inhibitor is going to guarantee to fall, and this Dragon may not even fall for free for Cream. It's a DPS war. Trundle's getting close. He's going to get it.
He's not going to survive.
Oh, he actually snuck out. Fight. Like, Cream's just not able to auto because he burned the EQ. I mean, this Q's not great. He gets kited out. Knight plays this really well. Yeah. Knight just forcing Cream out of there. The Zanyas means that Bin lives, and then
TES rescuing this game.
It's about to be a death cap on Rumble 2. Got to believe death cap's going to come in for Knight. I think once those 2 items come in, it's probably GG. Again, we have seen, like, I think the rest of Top Esports with Nidalee heals, and then some tools were burned there from BLG. I mean, you have no Zigzar and On's dead.
That's not a good dredge line. Kanavi has the stasis to get away from a crit shot to death, but oh,
beauty.
The bomb timing from Knight was pristine.
Really engaged.
Another choke.
I am surprised about that one from Ben.
All right,
Don't think that was exactly worth it.
We're getting another fight where now all these ults are getting pristine like they were earlier. They're going to jump Solar Flare, Chains of Corruption, a lot onto on, but Cream goes over the wall without help. Eats a dredge line, has to go into the stasis. Kanavi as well.
Doesn't matter.
There's no help coming for them. They jumped in too early, and now they got to bite the bullet. And the bullet is Knight running wild. Gets the triple kill. Elk shuts down Jackie Love. Down goes Top Esports. BLG are going to go up 1-0 with their super scaler of a comp.
I just watched Brother Cream EQ get exhausted and get one shot, as that's going to be the end of the game. BLG. The scaling of the carries, the range of it pays off, and an impressive game from Bin, Knight, and Elk as they managed to carry their team to a pretty convincing victory against Top Esports.
I'm going to commit a cardinal sin here while we got time as the Nexus goes down. Oh, they took away the scoreboard. All right. I was going to do some math.
They have to throw it back up. They have to throw it back up.
I was curious. I wanted to commit to some math to show how great that scoreline is. This is the flank angle, right? Because you draft the Bin to be the big front line. You're trying to catch all this damage, soak it up with the Xin Zhao, with the Sion. Knight can get crafty with this between world and really threaten Jackie Love.
You're playing, Xayah, Rakan, Sion. It's about this front line holding and making sure that your feather rips are big. I do think that Top Esports do have some ways for their melee engages to play around some of these feather rips.
Gets the flash out of Elk. Can they get enough damage back on the tree? He's going to cleanse the ignite, burn the heal barrier. All these summons getting dropped. Level 1. Song gets flicked back over Hong. Elk stepping up a little bit too far for this Gatling gun. He's going to take over auto and just give first blood. Head-scratching start to the bot side.
Level 4 has managed to keep his resources up pretty high. Actually in decent shape, so this bot lane matchup,
Jackie
despite
Love
the kill.
eats a blade caller.
What?
All right, so both of our 80 carries in this matchup with very intriguing positional mistakes. Full fail their pullback, blade caller. And the bottom lane is out trading a top lane support combo. The junglers are invading each other, by the way. Ult advantage to Kanavi. Shadow still likes his odds because Bin roams over first from the turret. This game is so weird, and somehow Kanavi's going to make this 1v2 work, pick up the kill. Now Jackie Love's here. Bin is not tanky enough to even find this trade kill. The split 2 MVP making the difference, but here comes the golden left hand. Knight over from the mid lane picks up the first kill. Jackie Love, can he find either one of these trades?
He wants it.
The decimating smash going
He's
towards
got
the
flash.
Gatling gun. Knight, though, goes invisible, and now Jackie Love has to contend with the Bin tank. Bobs the barrier, gets the rocket off. Cream finally coming over. He's going to flash over with the stun, but the grasp auto comes through. That's feats of warfare for BLG in a continuously weird game 2.
It was the auto Q. He weaves in a Q as well.
Whoa,
okay, we return, and there's more fighting.
live.
Kanavi's dead.
Kanavi's dead. Top, we got to give grubs now.
I want to see how that one happened. No, Top can still play this. They have Annie.
Okay, all right, they do have Annie. And Unstoppable Onslaught. Yep, it's a 5-man, so Bin's going to deny.
Cannot play it anymore.
Pick up the grubs. Bin, 1 versus 3, just chilling, man. This guy's got a lot of health. Okay, maybe not that much health. Maybe not that much health, Bin. Okay. So what happened to our clean League of Legends of Gaming? Where did that go?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not over. All
Well,
right.
I like this play from BLG.
Yep. Oh, good stun from Cream.
Q comes back quickly if it gets canceled like that.
Oh,
Shadow.
Shadow. Nice. Gets the knock up. No stun on the Tibbers. That space smash doesn't land. But becomes lightning. The red buff burn, and he goes back in. Next couple seconds here is called Dragon because that thing is still up. What's with these two teams not wanting to take Dragon until like 13 minutes?
I don't mind fishing around for the buff. I don't think we know the Knight's here, though.
Kanavi is caught again. Trickster slips out, goes back in, double knockup. Like it from Kanavi, but he just doesn't have enough juice to bring home the smoothie. Elk getting jumped on by 369, does get the Blade Caller snare, though, and it's another...
He up, so he's going to try and stay strong on the map. Frankly, I don't think this Dragon's BLG's. Yeah, because the ults were used there by BLG in the fight, so I think Top Esports are smart to return to the scene of the crime and watch Cream.
Fine to give this. They don't need to stick around. On, just let On die. This is first Dragon. Okay, here comes Bin.
Hot Soup coming through.
And gets the knockup, and Hong is traded. Yep.
It connected. Wow, over the wall. I did not see that one coming. Guess what, Drake? That's all BLG's again. Top Esports going to trade this out for some resources on the Ambessa. I still think that returning to the scene was okay. Like, they at least trade 1-for-1 and buy some time and space for Ambessa. They get Bin's TP back up to respond, but okay, that's a bit of a reach, but respect. Knight, again, you said hasn't based in a while. They're going to try and go for the dive. Cream. Yeah, that's dead.
Setup.
Ooh.
If that one minion, that one pesky caster minion doesn't come up, I think Cream dies the turn.
For that scenario.
What's that?
Flashing air. I fear Knight flashed air. As first brick does fall in favor of top esports, that does keep feats on the table.
It does. It does also finally give Knight that reset that he was probably should have taken earlier. Here's the Leon who's done. Triforce also complete for Jackie Love. As On is going to cancel the dash. Oh, On's Rakan. As good as advertised. You called it out, Cubby, and it's finding picks now for BLG.
Getting the best of him between these two games.
The big talking point. I
was not expecting that coming in. I thought this is when Shadow's his stocks would start to drop because you're facing Kanavi again, a stud jungler. And I don't blame them for that because I think On could have engaged, but I also thought there was a decent world for top esports to actually look for a turret take. It's given maybe they're waiting for Cream to have 11 and actually join, as he's gonna ding it there. So
bloodthirsty.
369's got a base. We're gonna have Cream fix the map. I think once Cream fixes this wave, gets a slow push going, it's a maybe.
They should lose mid-tier 1 for that though.
Yeah, they should.
Like the rotation of BLG, so
Good call.
get that mid-tier 1. That opens up a lot more of the map. I also think Bin might be able to get this. So this should be BLG really opening the map up. They're gonna knock all these tier 1 turrets off the board, and again, it's this new, slower, more methodical approach from BLG, showing its true colors.
Form, but also the other team would probably be IG, which is crazy to think about.
I mean, good luck selling that.
Yeah, well, feat secured for BLG.
That's like trying to sell Samoas to a neighborhood allergic to coconut.
Matchup can be a little bit different now that Black Cleaver's in possession of 369, but Shadow has also come up here. Ooh.
Oh, the slow. Chilling Smite comes across. 369's just dead here. He's going to public execute. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Ambessa has 5 billion dashes. Shadow has his flash. The Mad Lad dash is done. Shadow picks up that kill.
Great play. There's nothing else going on the map right now. BLG is able to play max defense. And they get the punish off the Suisaw lane state. It might be mid-out or falling, but I think this is well worth it. BLG should give this and be happy giving it Hong. Okay.
Hong, all right. Gets Cleanse ult out of the Zaya. Hong also chunked pretty low.
I'm kind of concerned. You haven't seen top esports pull the trigger fast enough in this game, and now with this one, Kanavi split the choke.
Look at
Hong didn't go in.
Bin is just holding TS completely at bay. They can't walk past him.
Cream
go for the flash, gets the huge tippers down. Public execution comes across. There's the dive comp. Finally clicks into place for TS. Knight zipping and dodging around the between worlds, but he's using it defensively to buy space. Kiting back away from 369, going to flash away over the wall as the flip blade caller hits on a Jack 11 Cream. It's Cream to the rescue again, just like the last fight with TS, but are they pushing too far forward? Because Bin has a ton of health, setting up Elm to get these blade callers back down. Has to flash over the wall as he does trade 369 out.
Lose his flash. As Otacon being tapped by BLG. This is a little ambitious. They're trying to get 369's TP out for sure.
All those key ultimates are back up online, though. They're just relying on Bin to hold the front strong.
They can't see the HP.
5K, below 5K, they gotta go. Gotta see if they can find an angle. Kanavi, can he wither his way in? No, the Cyclone Knock'em does not get it. Otacon secured, and Knight does execute him. All gets a 3-man charge on the back end of Between Worlds. It's beautifully layered from BLG, but it's 369 trying to rip through the back line, going back to front, but all he finds is a blade caller back to the fountain.
Forcing that fight quickly. They really forced an off-kilter fight for top esports where they couldn't set up, they couldn't walk through the Scion, and they couldn't get through the Rakan to the choke. It just ended up being a fight where BLG, Elk were able to free fire.
This is a great game for Cloud for a lot of the teams. It's still nice. Not going to discredit the power of a soul. It's Knight.
Oh, Knight might be dead. Knight might be dead.
Yeah, he might get chased down. He does have his turret to fall back to. This tier 1 turret being up, really just hindering everything they could do there on the top side. Bot side, by the way, picture in picture. Bin is going blow for blow with 369. He does have to use the onslaught to get back out, but Shadow completely out of position right in front of Baron.
6ix9ine doesn't have TP.
And they're ripping it. Elk is on 3 items, by the way. He gets the LDR done. The scaling difference in these marksmen coming through here for Elk, who's been so good in this series. Does he have another great fight in him? Alongside Knight's flank, there's the charm. On goes in, he gets the 2 backline carries. Again, it's on to the rescue, and Elk to bring the guns, wiping the floor with BLG. Just like that, nobody left up but Hong and 369 on the other side of the map, and maybe I spoke too soon. All 4 members topside for TES, down and out of the fight.
All right, I know that that fight was really bad for top esports. I think the real mistake is not hitting the Baron. You have to hit the Baron, try and get Bin and Knight to actually TP and respond to you, but then you can kind of retake the map afterwards. They opt into such a crappy fight here where, again, Jaculov is flashless. BLG had flashes coming back up. Jaculov having to face check that with 369 being bot with no TP. If you play the last timer where you get the TPs out and you can reset and like play from there, BLG have been the ones really running all over them.
The macro diff is what's singing through most here for BLG, which is crazy to say for a team that was so much about hands checking. This Knight just using the Aurora to half HP the 2 carries on the TES side. And now On fights another engage, and Elk, my god, cuts through that tanky rail like butter. They do get the stuns down on the Shadow, but he re-engages with the Crescent Guard, forces Scream to flash back over the wall, and look at Bin. He's holding Jaculov under his own turret. It's a triple kill over to Elk, who's been a superstar in this series, but maybe it's just all of Bilibili Gaming, who are the superstars and potentially your new big bad threat against anyone's legends in Split 3 as they make the final march down to stamp a huge 2-0 to crown themselves the last undefeated team.
Have a smite available. So, yeah, that Spellbook TP for naught. And that Cloud Soul secured for BLG. This isn't just a jungle flame.
I've seen him smiling still in the player cams. And as long as this guy's smiling and Knight's doing what he does best, deleting whatever mid laner stands in his path. I'll say it. The honeymoon. This is not a honeymoon phase. This is what BLG looks like now if they're all clicking. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy. Goodbye, Jaculov. Yep.
Sweet Jaculov. Good luck playing low-range Corki. That's exactly what happens to you. This is just one final fight to show off all your big damage if you are BLG.
Wow.
And that will do it. The final ace comes through. Welcome in your final undefeated team of Group Ascend. Welcome in your true challengers to the title Anyone's Legend brought in Split 2. It's the new Shadow-led Bilibili Gaming.
Little mid gap in that series, Slayer. I think a little AD gap, a little team gap overall as BLG showing that their new addition of Shadow more valuable than the addition of Hong.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.